Hello guys, what's up there? This is Shuji Kasenta and welcome back to our Bura Bura episode. And for today's topic, we're going to discuss about Module 15, which is Transfer of Learning. Under the course or the subject, Facilitating Learner-Centered Teaching. Okay, so what's up there mga kahedok, and time check, it's already 2:52 in the afternoon. So hopefully, maganda yung weather and we have a good internet speed right now. So hindi tayo masisiraan siguro ngayon ng ano yan, ng upload speed, hindi ng baet, ng upload speed. Okay, so kapong kasi madami nasiraan ng baet. Dahil nag-brown out bigla. But anyway, so ipapakilala ko muna sa inyo ang ating mga discussants for today's topic, which is transfer of learning. So starting with, we have Miss Hannah Nicolene Samurin. Hello ma'am, bati ka po.
Hello, good afternoon everyone.
Patiin mo mga ano yan, mga kabarangay mo para masaya.
It's okay. What's up? Shoutout sa mga taga-Gawon.
Okay, so shout out sa mga taga-Gabon, Pulangi Albay. Thank you ma'am Samurin. And our next discussant is Ma'am Mary Noreen Tura Ramos. Hello ma'am.
Hi po. Hi, fans.
Ay wow, fans ka agad. Okay, batiin natin naman mga ating mga kabarangay natin. Come on.
Hi.
Naiiya siya. Kasi hindi ka, ma'am?
Sir, sa Agos po.
Okay, so batiin natin yung ating mga kababayan sa Agos.
Magandang hapon din sa inyo, mga taga-barangay Agos.
Okay, so thank you very much, Ma'am Ramos. And our next discussant is Miss Nestle Malto. Hello, ma'am.
Hello everyone. Good afternoon.
Ayan.
So, good afternoon taga Barangay Masarawag.
Barangay Masarawag. Ano?
Ginubatan po.
Okay. So, shout out sa mga taga Barangay Masarawag. Tama? Masarawag. Ginubatan Albay. Okay? So, thank you very much,
Yes,
Miss
okay.
Malto. And our last discussant for today's topic is Miss Gaila Sonoro. Hello, ma'am.
Hello everyone, this is Gayla May Sonoro from Sagad. So hello sa mga taga-Sagad dyan.
Ayan. So, shout out sa mga taga-Sagad. Ayan. Sagad, Pulangi, Albay. Okay, so thank you very much, ma'am. So, ulitin natin. Ang ating mga discussants for today's topic is Miss Samurin, Miss Ramos, Miss Malto, and Miss Sonoro. So, sila yung mag-share sa atin ng information regarding sa Module 15 ng course na Facilitating Learner-Centered Teaching. Okay? So, hindi ko na po ito patatagalin. Let's start now with our first topic. Okay? So, Ma'am Sonoro, it's your turn.
So hello everyone, may I call on Miss Hannah Samurin for the introductory.
Okay, good afternoon everyone. Our topic for today is transfer of learning. My name is Hannah Colleen Isamurin from BEd 3B together with Mary Noreen Ramos, Kayla May Sonorho, and Nestle Malto.
Ano na?
Okay. Okay. At the end of the lesson, the successful students will be able to first explain how transfer of learning occurs, second, identify the factors that affect transfer of learning, and last, apply principles of transfer in learning in facilitating transfer of learning. Okay, these are the content of our discussion this afternoon. Types of transfer, 5 stages of transfer, condition and principle of transfer, and last is theories of transfer. What is transfer of learning? According to Bransford, Brown and Cocking, 1999, it refers to the ability to apply knowledge learned in one context to new context. It is a process of carrying knowledge and skills from one learning situation to another. According to According to Edward Thorndike and Robert Woodworth, it is originally introduced as transfer of practice, sorry.
Hindi nabasa. Kaya na magbasa. Okay.
Okay po. Transfer of learning occurs when the learners first recognize common features among concepts, skills, or principles. Second is link the information in the memory, or when learners link previous learning from the new learning. And last is utilizes or sees or recognize the value of utilizing what is learned in one situation in another. For example, the Filipinos can help the students in United States to speak Tagalog. Kunwari, ako, as a Filipino, marunong ako mag-Tagalog. Tapos meron akong kilala na foreigner na gustong matuto kung paano magsalita ng Tagalog. Since may knowledge ako kung paano magsalita ng Tagalog, pwede ko yung mapasa sa mga foreigner na gustong matuto kung paano magsalita ng Tagalog.
Okay. That's good. Tama.
Why transfer of learning important?
O bakit?
Sir, next. Okay. Transfer of learning is important because if we did not transfer some of our prior knowledge, then each new learning situation would be start from scratch. Or if there were no transfer, students would need to be taught every skills or knowledge that they would need to perform in any situation. Second is assumption of education. What is taught in the course would be used in relevant situation in another courses, in workplace, and out of the school. Students gain knowledge and skills that they can use both in schools and outside the schools or immediately in the future. Okay, and last is, according to Bransford 41, all new learning involves transfer based on previous learning. Okay, so now let's proceed to the types of transfer. We have 5 types of transfer. The first one is positive transfer, which is...
Ano?
Okay, positive transfer, it occurs when learning one situation facilitates learning in another situation, or when something previously learned benefits performance of learning in new situation. For example, yung sinabi ko kanina, kung since may knowledge ako kung paano magsalita ng Tagalog, pwede ko yung mapasa sa mga foreigner. Another example for that is learning mathematics facilitates to learn physics in better way. Kasi, syempre, di ba, ang physics may involve dyan yung mathematics.
Okay. Tama.
The second one is negative transfer. When learning one task makes the learning of another task harder, or previously learning hinders performance or learning in new situation. Ito, may example dito. A student previously learned that when the subject is singular, you will put an S at the end of the verb. And when it is plural, you do not put an S at the end of the verb. Another example para mas madali po. Kunwari, ako, I'm learning how to drive a car. Since ako, kunwari, natuto na ako kung paano mag-drive ng car, it would be helpful for me on how, kasi marunong na ako mag-drive ng car, madali na lang sa akin kung paano mag-drive ng bus or ng truck. Okay. The third one is the near transfer. Okay. It refers to transfer between very similar contexts. It is also referred to as specific transfer. where transfer of skills and knowledge are applied the same way every time the skills and knowledge are used. For example, ito po, may example dito. Dalawang book. Kunwari, each school po baga, o kunwari elementary school na sa south and sa north, syempre, different yung book na gagamitin nila sa isang subject, kunwari araling panlipunan. Pero ang nagkakaiba lang naman doon, yung cover, yung nilalaman nun,
Yes, exactly.
same lang yung tinuturo sa every students. Okay pa. The fourth one is far transfer. It refers to the transfer between contexts that on appearance seem remote and alien to one another, also referred to as general transfer, when task involves skills and knowledge being applied in situation that change. For example, dyan po nakalagay sa picture, ako kunwari businessman, tapos si Gaylab ay businesswoman. Si Gaylab, businesswoman din. In order for us to communicate better sa business society, sa business world, I personally should learn how to play golf kasi ang sabi daw, if kung ang isang business person daw marunong maglaro ng golf, parang marunong din siyang makipag business sa ibang tao.
Yan. Tama.
Okay,
Kasi
gets.
may mga ganyan talaga kasing situation na it's just the same as the law of attraction, di ba? Kung ano yung ginagawa ng isa, gawin mo rin. Tapos nandyan na sa'yo, di ba? Power! Yeah, so let's proceed, ma'am.
Nagkakaintindihan. Okay po. So the last one is zero transfer, which refers to a case that previously learning makes no difference to the learning in new situation. It is something previously learned may partly help or partly hinder new learning. A situation in which prior learning has no effect on new learning. For example, dyan po sa example na nakalagay, nung nasa elementary tayo, syempre basic math, especially sa mga grade 1, 2, 3. Syempre mga basic math lang po yung mga tinuturo dyan, di ba? Kunwari addition, subtraction, division, multiplication. Pero pag tumutong tayo ng high school, syempre may algebra na yan na dadagdagan na yung tinuturo. Where yung basic math na natutunan natin nung elementary tayo, pwedeng makatulong pero pwedeng hindi sa matututunan natin sa subject na algebra pag tumutong tayo ng high school. Okay. That would be all for my discussion. So let me introduce Mary Noreen T. Ramos to continue the discussion of the stages of transfer of learning.
Okay, thank you very much, ma'am. Ayos, so napakalinaw po ng kanyang pag-discuss, pag-explain doon po sa unang topic natin sa ating Module 15, which is Transfer of Learning. So let's proceed sa ating next discussion. Thank you very much, Ma'am Samurin. Okay, and we have now Ma'am Mary Noreen Ramos. Hello, Ma'am. So it's your turn now.
Thank you, Ms. Samarin, for that wonderful introduction. So, good afternoon, everyone. Please excuse my raspy voice dahil kagagaling ko lang po sa lagnat. My name is Marinarine Tura Ramos, and I'm going to discuss the 5 stages of transfer. So, whenever we hear the word stages, we always think about process or step for development. So, we have 5 stages of transfer. We have the transfer intention, transfer initiation, partial transfer, conscious maintenance, and the unconscious maintenance. The first one is the transfer intention. This is the end of course motivation of the learner to apply aspects of the learning in the work environment. Dito natin malalaman at maia-apply yung kung ano yung purpose or intention ng kung ano man yung mga pinag-aaralan natin ngayon ay magagamit natin sa future, just like in the pictures that are shown.
Yes, exactly.
In the first picture, we have an engineering student who's still studying and doing her role as an engineering student. Dito sa stage na to, namomotivate yung student na mag-aral upang makapagtrabaho para maging engineer in the future. Siyempre,
Yes.
kapag naging engineer na siya, dito na niya mai-apply yung mga bagay na natutunan niya habang estudyante pa lang siya. Halimbawa na lang tayong mga education students na mamotivate tayo na magturo sa pamamagitan ng ginagawa natin ngayon. We do reportings, demo teachings, habang nag-aaral pa lang tayo. Para kapag dumating na yung time na naging teacher na tayo, maya-apply natin yung mga natutunan natin at experiences natin kapag nasa field of teaching na tayo.
Okay. So yan. Ayos. Inom ka muna tubig. Okay, sige, let's proceed.
Next stage is the transfer initiation. It refers to the attempts to apply any aspects of learning in the work environment and is a necessary precursor to partial transfer and transfer maintenance. Kung sa una nating stage ay namomotivate pa lang ang mga students, dito naman sa second stage na to ay nag-a-attempt na ang mga students na i-apply ang mga natutunan nila sa kanilang trabaho. Itong stage na ito ay importante or necessary bago ang partial transfer at transfer maintenance na tatalakayin natin mamaya.
Okay.
Just like sa example sa baba, makikita niyo sa una ang group of scientist students sa loob ng lab ng school na gumagawa ng mga experiments. On the other hand, sa kabilang picture naman ay makikita natin na nag-a-attempt na ang mga scientists to apply and share what they have learned sa loob na laboratory.
Okay. Diba? So, crucial na tong stage na to, mga kapatid. Okay? So, sa mga nagtatanong kung bakit nahihirapan ako mag-transfer ng learning sa mga natutunan ko noon. Hindi ko magawa ngayon. Heto po yun. So, tatandaan nyo guys yung una. Okay? So, ito yung first step natin, di ba? Which is doon sa tawag ba nga dyan, ma'am? Okay, itong transfer intention. Di ba? At yung pangalawa is initiation. So, ibig sabihin, meron daw konting initiative yung estudyante. Nasa sa kanya yun kung paano niya gagamitin. Okay? So, let's proceed, ma'am. Okay?
Nakamute pala ako sir.
Okay lang yan.
So, the third stage is the partial transfer. Kapag sinabi natin na partial, it is similar to the word incomplete. Kulang, hindi kompleto o hindi tapos. Partial transfer occurs when only some skills are transferred. Just like in the example sa baba. For example, you are a BSED English student, kunwari and you end up working as a call center agent. Wala akong meaning dito na masama. I have read some quotes kasi sa Facebook saying na kahit ano pa yung mga course nyo na kinuha nyo ngayon, sa call center pa rin ang bagsak nyo. Basta something like that.
Sus ko.
Basta sir, may nakita kasi ako.
So elaborate natin yun. Ano ang significance netong partial transfer sa mga estudyante? Come on.
Ano sir? Ay.
Ano yung significance? Ano yung importance neto talaga? Sabi diyan, it occurs when only some skills are transferred. So ibig sabihin, kahit may initiative ka na dun sa una, hindi 100%, 'di ba?
Hindi kompleto.
Hindi kaya nga partial eh. Kung iisipin nyo, kalahati lang sa mga natutunan nyo noon, ang magagamit nyo ngayon. Ano kaya yung reason dyan, no? Okay, ma'am? Let's proceed.
Yes, sir. Yan. The fourth stage is the conscious maintenance, one of the transfer maintenance. So in this stage, the learner makes a conscious choice to use the skills whenever their use is appropriate. Di ba kapag sinabi natin conscious, nagiging aware tayo sa mga bagay-bagay.
Yes.
Dito sa stage na to, it's up to us, to the learners or the learner's choice kung gagamitin ba nila ng tama yung mga skills na na-acquire nila or hindi.
So dito na pala tayo sa stage na to. Okay. Kasi yan, sabi dyan, kung makikita nyo, choice conscious choice. Tama? So it's up to you to use it or not, take it or leave it. Yun ba yung ibig sabihin nito, ma'am?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Let's proceed.
Yan. The last stage is the unconscious maintenance. So sa stage na to, the skills have been integrated into job behavior and transfer has occurred in full, kompleto na. Dito hindi na tayo conscious na nagagamit na dito hindi na tayo conscious. Nagagamit na pala natin automatically yung mga skills natin na natutunan natin noon. Kung dun sa pang-apat na stage ay may awareness tayo kung gagamitin ba natin yung mga skills na yon or hindi. Dito naman sa huling stage ay hindi na tayo aware na lahat ng mga natutunan pala natin ay ginagamit na pala natin ng hindi sinasadya.
Yes, exactly. Kung naalala nyo guys yung aking unang video, okay, sa sa facilitating of learning. Okay? Isa ditong example is kung paano mawak ng kutsara at tinidor. Kasi sino ba mag-iisip ko kung paano sa edad nyo yun, paano kaya kumawak ng kutsara? How I'm going to use it, di ba? Nakadapa ba ako? Di ba ganon? So, this is one of the most common example of unconscious maintenance. Alam na ninyo yun, kahit hindi nyo naisipin. Because we have what we call motor skills. And we have this motor memory. Nandiyan na yan sa mga muscles natin. So, kahit hindi mo na yan sabihin, kahit hindi mo na yan isipin, gagawin at gagawin because memorize na ng iyong katawan. Okay? So, yun ba yun, ma'am? Tama ba yung explanation natin?
Yes po, sir.
Okay.
So, that would be the end of my discussion. Let's move on with the discussion of Miss Malta.
Okay. Thank you very much, Ma'am Ramos. Okay, so ayos. So, napakalinaw ng mga explanation ng ating mga discussants for today's topic. Okay, so let's proceed po sa ating next topic. Hello, Ma'am Neslie Ramos. Sorry. Neslie Malto. Mali yung nabasa kong liit. Sorry. Okay, so let's proceed na po sa ating next subtopic sa ating transfer of learning. Okay? Hello, Miss Malto. It's your turn.
So hello sir, thank you Miss Ramos. So this is Nestle Mercoso Malto and I'm going to discuss the conditions and principles of transfer. So we have 7 principles and conditions of transfer.
So linawin natin mga guys, okay? Mga ka-eduk, hindi pala ganun-ganun basta yun, no? May condition pala to. Okay, so kaya ang dami mga estudyante na, ba't hindi ako matuto? Oh my God, ginagawa ko naman lahat. Baka hindi mo na-meet yung condition. So eto na yan, ma'am. So, let's try to talk this kasi importante ito lalong-lalo na sa online learning. Okay, ba't di ako makakonect? May condition wala ka namang load.
Okay, so let us now discuss. So first one is the similarity between two learning situations. So ano nga ba itong condition na ito? So, sabi in the principles, the more the similar the two situations are, the greater the chances that learning from one situation will be transferred to another situation. So, say for example, yung natin ng, kumbaga, let's say, alam mo na yung pag-ride ng bicycle or yung bisikleta. So, the more na magiging similar ito sa diba, magiging, kumbaga, matutunan na din natin yung pag-ride ng motorcycle.
Yes.
Yun ang sabi ng karamihan na kapag alam mo na yung paggamit ng bisikleta, so magiging alam mo na din yung paggamit ng motorcycle.
Yes.
So another example is yung training data of playing volleyball and basketball. So if a training data for volleyball were abundant, while training data for basketball were scarce, so the knowledge on classifying volleyball will be used to supplement, kumbaga ma-fulfill natin yung process ng training ng basketball.
Okay.
So the next condition is the degree of meaningfulness or the relevance of learning. So dito sa principles, so
Yan, so medyo mahina yung signal ni Miss Malto. Sige lang, ma'am, go ahead lang.
learning leads to greater transfer than rote learning or ito yung sinasabi nating memorization. So, for example, ikaw teacher, nagtuturo ka ng about transfer learning, tapos tapos ituturo mo na after 5 minutes tungkol na sa buhay mo or whatsoever. So it may seem so unnecessary to the topic.
Oo, nga naman.
So as a teacher, so di ba, as a
May
teacher
experience
dapat,
kayong ganyan.
the topic is relevant doon
Diyos
sa
ko.
main topic natin.
Oo.
So, sabi nga, relevant and meaningful activities that both engages students emotionally and connect with what they have learned. So, kumbaga, those relevant topics will help the students to fully understand the topic.
Ayos.
So, kaya dapat yung topic natin should be relevant. Hindi yung mag-jump tayo to another topic.
May kilala
So,
kayo
in
yan? Mga dati yung teacher
In
na
that
nawala.
case kasi, malilito yung mga students. So, we need to consider our learners na hindi nila kaya, may mga students na hindi kayang pagsabayin ang mga yung mga information pag halo-halo na. So, hindi pwede.
So bilang isang guro nga guys, ito isa sa napaka-importante talagang gagawin ng isang teacher. Mapa kung anong level ka, tertiary, secondary, elementary. Mag-lesson planning po kayo. Para hindi kayo mawala sa track. Kasi ang dami dyan eh. Wala, nasaan na ako? Time na. Class dismissed. Okay. So thank you very much ma'am. Napakalina na. Let's proceed po.
So next conditions, we have the length of instructional time. So in our principles in transfer of learning, so the longer the time spent in instruction, the greater the probability of transfer. So in other words, the more the instruction is well processed or well delivered, the more it is efficient and effective. So in that case, mapaprocess ngayon ng student yung mga informations na ini-instruct nung teacher. So also it can significantly increase the amount that students experience the successful in terms of their academic learning.
Okay.
So next po is the variety of learning experiences. So here in our principles, so exposure to many and variety experiences and opportunities for practice to encourage. So kumbaga, the more we expose our students to different experiences, different opportunities, skills, competencies, the more na nai-enhance yung skills or the more na widen yung or na-expand yung informations to transfer to our students. So, we need to expose them sa mga different aspects, different informations for them to explore different informations na makakatulong sa kanila to enhance their skills and competencies. So, if teachers expose students to different experiences, so the students now will illustrate new concepts and principles. So, na magamit nila into reality.
Tama. Experiential learning eh. I love experiential learning. Ang pinakagusto ko sa experiential learning strategy is tour. Field trip. Oo. Sabi ko sa inyo doon eh. Pag nag-aral kayo ng Araling Panlipunan o kahit anong mga subjects na ang daming picture, arts, yung La Espolarium, di ko ma-explain gano'n ba to kaliit, kalaki. Nung pumunta ako sa National Museum, oh my God, sus ko. Mas malaki pa sa dingding ng bahay namin. So yun, so importante talaga na maraming avenue of learning ang teacher na kung saan i-share niya sa
Okay,
estudyante.
so we now move on to the fifth conditions. We have the context for learners' experiences. So ano naman nga ba itong context for learners' experiences? So sabi, sa principles dito sa atin sa transfer of learning. So transfer of learning is mostly likely to happen when learner discover that what they learned is applicable to various contexts. So if we choose or if the teachers choose right context, the learner's brain will learn to recognize the trigger conditions for the ability.
Ayun.
So as a teacher, so we need to consider the context kung ano yung i-share natin sa students. So para kumbaga hindi malito yung mga students and kumbaga madali na sa kanila ma-process yung informations if we only choose the right context. Kasi kung halimbawa ngayon magbibigay ka ng isang context tapos after a while magbibigay ka naman another na which is hindi pa na-process ng students, which is hard for the students to process the informations. So as a implications, if we choose the right context, so students may now relate to kumbaga, they will relate the topic in one subject to another disciplines or relate it also in reality.
So in short, ang keyword dito guys bilang isang guro is coherency. Okay? Relativeness. Baga kung ununusan na naisip ninyo muna, di ba? So dapat magkakatambal sila. Okay? Next, ma'am.
Yes po. So example po baga, di ba yung pinag-aaral natin yung word problem. So iniisip natin ano man yan, hindi man natin magagamit. Pero hindi natin namamalayan na in real life nagagamit natin siya. Like for example, sa pagkukwenta ng sa mga sari-sari store baga, mga ganon. So we need to relate it into real life situation.
Okay.
So next one is the focus on principles rather than facts. So here, so the principles transfer is easier than the fact. So because it focuses on the principles itself rather than the fact. So like for example sa transfer principle for sport training. So according to transfer of principle, effect may be negative, positive, or zero if there is no influence at all. So what is now the goal of the sport coaches? So the goal for sport coaches is to select the practice activities and use instructional techniques that optimize positive transfer to the competitive. Makukonek natin na as a teacher, the goal now of the teacher is the principal of the teacher should now be to select a strategies or techniques that is appropriate so in correct applying these principles, so it will serve now a valuable learning time while accelerating the level of the performance of the students. So if the teachers have the principles na magagamit ng specific strategies and techniques or which is very appropriate sa context na i-process niya sa students or the transfer. So, yung magiging valuable yung learning time habang yung students is nag-accelerate yung level of their performance.
Tama. Well said. Alam mo ito guys, sa dami ng natutunan ninyo, okay, sa education, learning strategies, methodologies, techniques. Hindi porket na madami kayong natutunan, lahat yung pwedeng gamitin sa isang setup. Pipiliin mo yung pinakabagay sa lahat. Kaya nga there's no actually the best method, best technique, best strategy. Kung ano yung suitable doon sa topic, sa subject matter, yun ang gamitin niyo. Okay? So let's proceed, ma'am.
Okay, so let us now proceed to the last conditions and principles. So the last one is emphasis on metacognition. So we already know that metacognition is thinking about thinking. So the principles now is the student's reflection improves transfer of learning. That gives an implication that the students are encouraged to take responsibility for their own learning and to reflect on what they learned. So, increasingly useful mechanisms to enhance student learning. So, this metacognition both increasingly useful for immediate outcome and for helping students to understand their own learning processes. So the more na-emphasize natin yung metacognition in transferring of our learnings to another particular situations, so it makes greater sense of their life experiences and start achieving at a higher level. So, di ba, yung metacognition, it help us to be aware kung ano yung natutunan natin. So, kung ano yung knowledge na meron tayo. So, in emphasizing this metacognition, it will help now the learners to make greater sense of their life experiences and start achieving at their higher level.
Oh, yun. So, nakita nyo na guys. So, na-explain ng malinaw ni ma'am na hindi ganun-ganun pa talaga ang pag-transfer ng learning. So, ang dami. Meron tayong ilang conditions yun, ma'am? We have 7 conditions.
7 conditions.
Okay, ipakita ulit natin, ma'am, sa mga viewers natin kung ano yung mga condition na yon para ma-review nila. Okay, so pakibasa ulit, ma'am.
Okay, again, so our 7 conditions and principles of transfer are similarity between two learning situations. Second, the degree of meaningfulness or relevance of learning. Third is the length of instructional time. Fourth is variety of learning experiences. 5, context for learners' experiences. 6, focus on principles rather than facts. And 7 is the emphasis on metacognition. So, if we learners, kumbaga napas natin itong 7 conditions and principles, and we will be able to become competitive and skilled and will process the informations properly.
Ayos. Okay. So guys, napakalinaw po nang ipag-explain ulit sa atin ng ating third discussant, which is si Ma'am Neslie Malto. Okay? So, meron pa ka pa bang i-discuss? Are you done? Okay?
Okay, so that ends my discussions. So, to continue the discussion, the screen is yours now, Miss Gayla Sonorho.
Okay, so thank you very much ulit, Ma'am Neslie Malto, for that detailed explanation. Once again, so let's proceed na po sa ating last topic for today. So, I hope natututo ang ating mga viewers ngayon kasi napaka-complex ng ating topic. But dahil sa ating mga discussants for today, topic sa passive learning, naiintindihan natin ng maganda, kahit ng maayos. So, maraming salamat sa inyo. Okay, so let's proceed sa ating last subtopic, okay, sa ating transfer of learning. So, it's your turn now, Ma'am Sonorho. Hello, Ma'am.
So, hello everyone! Hello sa lahat ng mga nanonood, mga ka-blockmate namin, sa mga nagko-comment ng heart.
Ay, meron na. Ayos.
Okay. So, today, I'm going to discuss about the theories of transfer. So, meron tayong, ilan nga ba ang theories of transfer natin? 6. Okay, the first one is Theory of Mental Discipline by Thomas Aquinas. We are very aware of, or kilala natin to si Thomas Aquinas, di ba? And etong mga philosopher na madidiscuss natin today is na-discuss na rin sa mga past lessons natin. So, madali na siya intindihin. Okay. So, according to Theory of Mental Discipline, or also known as faculty theory, it tells that education is a matter of training in the mind, of disciplining the mind. Okay, paano nga ba to? Ano bang ibig sabihin nito? So, mental faculties are strengthened through exercise. Exercise? Pagbubuhat ng dumbbell? No, hindi. Okay, this is, say for example,
dumbbell.
Diba? Huwag naman ganon. Okay, na-strengthen yung mental faculties natin whenever we study more, we read more, di ba? Kapag nagbabasa kasi tayo, mas marami tayong nagigain na knowledge. Ito pa, say for example, another situation naman tayo, sa exercise, di ba? Kapag disiplinado ka, na magpapayat talaga, na gusto mo sexy ka sa summer, para may pang pictorial tayo,
gusto ko yun.
Instagram. Gusto mo yun, sir? Gusto mo yun. Kaso, gusto ko pagkain, sir.
Tama nga. Discipline nga naman talaga na. Okay, sige.
Diba? So, kapag disiplinado ka, well-trained ka, then, you can achieve that kind of body that you want. Diba? It's all about discipline. Kapag disiplinado ka, maganda ang kinakalabasan niyan. As well as sa mga bata, na kapag disiplinado ang mga bata, maganda ang magiging outcome niyan, hindi lang academically, but also their attitude. Okay? Okay, let's proceed now to the next theory. So, the theory is the theory of configuration by Gestalt theory of learning. So, transfer implies that what is learned in one situation can be shifted directly to another situation only when similarity in content, method, or attitude of the two situations is perceived by the learners. So, pwede pala yun, yung situation ko nung nakaraan na linggo, pwede ko pala siyang ma-apply sa another situation
Yes.
na mangyayari sa akin. Diba?
Explain natin, ma'am.
So, ganito yan. Say, for example, sa bahay namin, tinuruan ako ni mama, ni papa na magmano sa mga matatanda sa bahay. So, pag lumabas ako sa bahay, sa outside world, let's say, so, ang gagawin ko, pag nakakita ko ng matanda, nakakilala ni mama, or even stranger, magmamano ako. Because that is the sign of respect. So, ganun po siya. Nagagamit yung situation na nandun sa bahay sa outside the house. So, that is how theory of configuration work. So, next is the theory of ideals. So, dito naman sa theory of ideals by Bagley, when ideas are stressed or persuaded, then transfer of learning can be taken place. So, kapag daw ini-stress or sa Tagalog, bigyang diin ang isang bagay, so nagkakaroon ng transfer of learning. Mas maganda naman talaga pag ganun, di ba? Let's cite an example. The repetitive thoughts of our parents. Say, for example, honesty is the best policy. Paulit-ulit yan sa ating sinasabi ng parents natin na honesty is the best policy. Hanggang sa magsawa ka, hanggang sa tumanda ka, yung pa rin ang sasabihin sa'yo.
Oo, tama
diba?
yan. Oo. May sa aircon, may luwas.
Di ba?
Oo.
Ulit-ulit yan sa'yo na save, isa pa. Di ba? Yung kapag iniwan mo yung sapatos mo sa labas, syempre papagalitan ka na yan. Hanggang tuloy-tuloy na yan, hanggang sa pagtanda mo, nasa isip mo yan. Ini-stress yung isip mo ng nanay mo na ito ang gawin mo. Yun ang sinasabi ng theories of ideals. So, nagkakaroon ng pagbibigay, diin. So,
Pero ang
next,
tanong dyan, worth it ba?
worth it.
Worth it
I
ba
think
yung palaging pag-iingay ng magulang mo? ng nanay
sir.
natin?
Worth it yan,
Yan.
sir.
Kasi
Sobrang worth it yan.
Kasi hanggang ngayon,
Dala mo pa rin.
yan, may pag-ring pa sa talingan nyo. Okay, so let's proceed, ma'am. Ayos.
Okay, let's proceed now to the theories of identical elements by Thorndike. So, it maintains that the amount of transfer depends upon the identical elements that are common in both situations. What are those elements? Content, method, aim, and then the attitude. So, let's cite an example on this one. So, say for example, ako tapos si Nestle. Kapag nagkwento ko parehas kaming broken-hearted. Bangga na. Broken-hearted ako,
Ay, labasan na pala to ng ano yan eh. Sige. Sige, diretso.
Kaming dalawa. Yun yung nangyayari sa atin, di ba? Sa comment section, kapag ako nagsabi, let's talk about love, marami magko-comment dyan. Di ba? Because maraming nakaka-relate. That's it. Kapag maraming nakaka-relate, pag nagko-connect kayo sa isa't isa, naiintindihan nyo yung gustong iparating, di ba? Say for example, isa pa, sa chismis. Doon tayo magaling sa chismis eh.
Ay, di ako dyan magaling. Sige.
Pag sa chismis, di ba, konektado tayo lahat. Pero pag sa lesson, wala, dili na ako matok. Char. So, okay, that is the theory of identical element. The
Yung pala
connection.
yun. Okay.
Yes.
Sige. Ayos.
So, next na tayo. Okay, the theory of Generalization by Charles H. Judd.
Kita mo sulalaw ko ni Kwan? Kita mo sulalaw ko ni Nestle.
Okay mo pares?
Laglagan pala to eh. Sige, let's proceed.
Okay. The theory of generalization by Charles H. Judd. So, it means that experience obtained in one situation are applicable to another situation. So, pwede pala yun, no? General, pang lahat. So, let's cite another example para mas madali nating maintindihan. Say, for example, yung kahirapan na nararamdaman natin or nararanasan natin dahil sa pandemya. We all know na lahat tayo nahihirapan, di ba? Sa kahit anong paraan, nahihirapan tayo dahil sa pandemyang to. But, there is a difference between the level of difficulties that we are experiencing. Say, for example, ako iba yung difficulties ko. Like, ano ba yan? Paano ba yan? Hindi ako makakalabas kasi ganito, may pandemya. Pero sa iba, mas mahirap pa pala. Wala silang internet, wala silang maayos na gadget. So, there's difference between our level of difficulties. So, that is the theory of generalization. Na pwede din palang may apply yung experiences mo sa panglahat. Okay? So, dun naman tayo sa Spearman or our last theory, the Spearman's two-factor theory. So, ano nga ba ito? So, meron tayong hindi pa nininext ni Sir,
Sige na, diretso lang. Namatay yung battery ng mouse ko.
Matik na tayo.
Sige,
dun,
diretso.
Sir. Okay, doon tayo sa sa Spearman's theory. Okay, we have the two factors of the theory, which is the general factor, which is used in everyday activity, and then the specific factor, which is used in a certain specific activity. So, ano nga ba to? Cite ulit tayo ng example para mas madaling intindihin. Yung, let's say, yung specific factors na yun is mechanical, verbal, spatial, and numerical. Those are the four specific factors. So, nagbigay na tayo or ability. So, kapag pinaghalo-halo mo yung apat na yun, ano na mangyayari? Magiging general na siya. Yes po, magiging general na ang apat na yon. Ayan, nakikita natin sa PPT, di ba? Meron tayong S and then G. S stands for specific and G stands for general. So, next na tayo. So, that is the 6 theories of transfer of learning.
Ayan.
So, to end this discussion,
Pasensya na kayo ha. Nawala ko kanina kasi yung mouse ko po na lowbat, pinalitan ko na wired.
okay lang, sir. Okay.
Ay, nako, mga problema ano yung technical. Anyway, sige, buti na lang tayo ay prepared. So, bumili ako, actually, meron ako ditong isang mouse, dalawang mouse, may isa pang mouse.
Wow.
Pagpapasiguro lang yan kasi hindi tayo pwedeng mawala. Okay? So,
Yes.
so naintindihan natin yung discussion ni ma'am. So, napakalina. Okay, ma'am, let's proceed po.
So, the last slide is transfer of learning plays a very important role in our daily lives. It is rare that the situation in which we learn is identical to the situation which we apply and use that learning. Education is preparation of life. Whatever we learned in school, we are expected to apply the same in life. So, once we stop the transfer of learning, we also making the next generation learn situation from scratch again. Diba? Kaya nga tayo may educator, kaya nandito tayo mga future educators para ituro kung ano na yung napag-aralan ng dati para maging continuous ang learning natin. Because, keep in mind, learning is a continuous process. Yes, it's either school or outside the school or experiences, di ba? So, lahat ng natututunan natin sa eskwelahan, we have to apply it in real-life situation para mas lalo nating ma-integrate sa ating sarili. So, keep in mind, it doesn't mean that you stumbled, you'll stop. stand up, and keep soaring high. So that is our topic for today, transfer of learning. Thank you, everyone.
Okay, so thank you very much sa ating last discussant na si Miss Gayla Sanoro. Thank you very much, ma'am. Okay, so ayan po mga kapatid. Okay, so recap lang tayo bago tayo magtapos ng ating segment for today. So let's just a little recap kung ano yung mga tinakal ng ating mga discussant. Okay, Ma'am Samurin, ano po yung ating tinakal? Which is about?
Which is about types of transfer of learning.
Okay. And then Miss Ramos, ano po yung ating diniscuss kanina?
The stages of transfer, the 5 stages of transfer of learning.
Okay, and how about Miss Malto? Ano yung diniscuss natin?
The conditions and principles of transfer.
At yung pang-last natin diniscuss, Ma'am Gayla?
The theories of transfer.
Yan. So yung pala yung mga dapat natin tandaan kung paano natin magamit at ma-process ang ating natutunan. So hindi pala yung basta-basta. There are conditions, we have theories, okay? So we have principles and implications na dapat natin sundin or let's say dapat nating matutunan muna bago tayo makapag-transfer ng information. So ngayon, bago tayo magtapos ng ating live segment ngayon sa ating Bura-Bura live stream. So may itatanong lang ako sa ating mga tawag ba dito? Sa ating mga discussant. Ito, isang talong naman to. Okay, so try natin. So, relative ba sa panahon ngayon ng pandemic, in this time of pandemic, na dapat ba bigyan ng importance ang transfer of learning or the process of transferring learning pagdating sa online class? So, gaano ba siya ka-importante sa online class? It's your turn first po muna, Ma'am Samurin. Gaano ba siya ka-importante sa atin?
Since po, di ba walang face-to-face na
Yes.
interaction between teachers tapos students po, we use technology or ICT para po makadisseminate ng information sa mga students para po makontinue pa rin yung teaching and learning process po kahit nasa kanya-kanya po tayong bahay na kanya-kanya tayong bahay. Para through that po, meron pa ring learning na nagigain yung mga students, learners na magagamit po nila sa future kung sakali po na maghanap sila ng trabaho, meron pa rin po silang knowledge and skills na magigain kahit po hindi face-to-face yung interaction or yung pagtuturo tsaka pagkatuto ng mga bata ngayon.
Ayos. So thank you very much, Ma'am Samurin. Well said. And how about Miss Ramos? Relative ba ang transfer of learning topic natin ngayon this time of pandemic in online learning?
Of course po, sir, it's important, it's relevant. Kasi kung hindi dahil sa transfer of learning, walang matututunan yung mga estudyante sa future. Ano na lang pala yung gagawin nila sa future, di ba? Halimbawa, magiging teacher sila tapos wala silang natutunan dun sa mga past na learnings nila. So it is important na ma-transfer yung past learning nila sa ngayon, sa future.
Okay, thank you very much. Well said, Ma'am Ramos. How about Ma'am Malto? Relevant ba ang transfer of learning sa online class?
Of course po, sir. So, it is very relevant kasi since though na nag-struggle tayo in this time of pandemic, so we have
Yan.
alternative way of transferring of learning by means of ICT or di ba yung mga gadgets. So, kahit stop kayo from learning. So, find a way na makapagpas tayo ng iba't ibang information, makasalap tayo ng iba't ibang skills or competencies na matutulungan tayo in the near future. So, we need to look for a way. Yung mga ganun po tayo.
Okay, thank you very much, Ma'am Malto. Okay, very well said na naman. And ating panghuling discussion, Ma'am, relevant po ba sa atin yung mga theories na yon sa transfer of learning in this time of pandemic?
Yes, it is very relevant. Or sabihin natin essential. Kung yung lugaw sa kanila hindi essential, sa ating mga essential ang studies. Yes po. Bakit?
Yes.
Because we should not be, let's say, stagnant. Hindi dapat tayo stagnant. So, katulad ng sinabi ko kanina, learning is a continuous process. So, either nasa bahay ka or online man yan, dapat natututo ka pa din. You should not stop learning kahit hindi ka nasa loob ng four corners of the classroom. Yun lang, sir.
Okay, so thank you very much once again sa ating mga discussion for today. Okay, we have Ma'am Samurin, we have Ma'am Ramos, Ma'am Alto, and Ma'am Sanorho. So yun guys, so I think dito na tayo ngayon nagtatapos sa ating segment for today's topic regarding the transfer of learning under facilitating learner-centered teaching. So once again, any last words sa ating mga discussants? Okay, napakagaling ng pagkaka-explain nila ng ating topic for today. So, ma'am, huling bate sa ating mga viewers. Okay, so kung gusto nyo mag-shoutout sa mga kaklase ninyong nagsubaybay sa ating live segment for today's topic sa ating Bura-Bura live stream, pwede na siguro tayo mag-shoutout, okay?
Okay, sir. So, may mga nag-comment kasi dito. So, hi kila Emmy. Hi! Tapos, kila Shara, Jazel, Angeline, Annabelle, and Josie. Thank you for watching. So,
yan, heart. Okay? So, yan. So, ladies and gentlemen, once again, okay, I'm going to give it to you back ang ating mga discussion for their last bate. Okay, Ma'am Samurin, word of thanks.
Thank you everyone for listening. Shout out sa mga sa mga BEd na nanonood.
Naubos na yung energy. Okay, thank you very much, Ma'am Samurin. Ma'am Ramos? Okay, bati ka po ulit.
Pa-shoutout nga po pala dyan kay Josie. Hi.
Okay, thank you very much, Ma'am. And Ma'am Alto?
Okay, so thank you everyone. So sana may natutunan kayo sa aming topic. So God bless and keep safe.
Okay, thank you very much, Ma'am Alto. And our last discussant, Ma'am Sanorho? Huling bate?
okay, thank you everyone ulit for watching. So, I hope marami kayong natutunan sa aming discuss today.
Alright, so once again, guys. So, ang ating discussion for today's topic, transfer of learning. Okay, I see na Ma'am Samurin, Ma'am Ramos, Ma'am Alto, and Ma'am Sanorho. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for watching in this live segment for today's topic regarding the transfer of learning. Once again, this is Bernardo Forsado, aka Shay Kasenta, at nag-iiwan sa inyo ng isang katagang para tumalino ng malupet, liadet, bad bapaknet. Okay, thank you very much. Maraming salamat po, my dear discussants. So I hope you learned something. Thank you very much and have a good day. Bye-bye. God bless po.
Off live na tayo.